Sa iba pong mahalagang anunsyo, kasama po natin ngayon si Anti-Red Tape Authority Director General sa Secretary Ernesto Perez para magbigay ng detalye patungkol sa ah, kauna-unahang selebrasyon ng Ease of Doing Business Month. Pero bago po yan, panoorin po muna natin ito.
Walang tamad at makupad sa pamahalaan. Walang puwang ang mga mabagal at sagabal sa serbisyo publiko. Services must be fast. Projects must be completed on time. Deadlines must be met per schedule. Distress calls must be responded to without delay. In whatever government office, red tape must be replaced with a red carpet.
Imagine a faster, easier, and more productive community. Simplified processes, no bureaucratic barriers, and a steadfast commitment to transparency and accountability. A community where businesses thrive and the economy flourishes. Imagine the Philippines with an improved ease of doing business.
We want investments to come in, projects to break ground faster, jobs to reach our people sooner. Because when businesses move quickly, progress follows just as fast.
We have proven that through a whole-of-nation approach, tangible progress is not just within reach, it is at our fingertips. Faster internet through collaborations on communication and technology. Rapid infrastructure development that keeps you connected whenever, wherever. Simplified and more accessible business registration, allowing you to spend more time on what matters. We have taken a leap, but our journey doesn't end here. Our commitment remains strong and much more remains to be accomplished. This May, we are not just celebrating reforms, we are accelerating them. EODB Month is a change, a call to action for every entrepreneur and equity partner to push forward in making our country a prime destination for ventures. With every streamlined process, every difficulty removed, and every digital innovation implemented, we are forging a competitive economy deserved by every Filipino. From government agencies to local enterprises, from aspiring startups to global investors, we are all part of this breakthrough transformation. Let us build a nation where doing business is not just easier, it empowers. So to all our valued partners for change in the government and private sector, let us collectively move to achieve our shared dream of a thriving business community. This Ease of Doing Business Month and beyond. Everyone, including our kababayans, has a role in our mission to transform red tape into a red carpet of opportunities for all Filipinos. This is the Better Business Movement.
Umagang kay Danda po mga kababayan. Maraming salamat po sa pagkakataon na ito. We start of course with the good news. Of course, the President signed on March 4, 2025, Proclamation 818, declaring the month of May as the Ease of Doing Business Month. So, of course, yung Anti-Red Tape Authority po, unang ginawa, nag-campaign po tayo, no? And nagka-issue tayo ng memorandum circular under the theme Red Tape to Red Carpet, Better Business Movement in a Bagong Pilipinas. The theme highlights the brand of governance of this administration, creating a government that is transparent, efficient, citizen-centric, and business-friendly. And we have marami pong mga activities, no? At gusto ko po i-share sa inyo na marami pong pakikipag-ugnayan ang mga chambers of commerce sa ARTA, even ambassadors go to us, no, and how they can help. Ang business sector po is really very upbeat about the prospects for the Philippines. Kaya po kahapon, inimpusahan natin yung nationwide campaign to celebrate the Ease of Doing Business Month. But even before that, nung April 30, naimbitahan po ako sa kapihan sa Manila Hotel, kasama po doon yung Coalition of Business Organizations, PCCI, Chamber of Commerce, no, Employers Confederation, Exporters Federation. They are really in full support sa mga programa at inisyatibo ng Anti-Red Tape Authority. Bukas po, in fact, magkakaroon po tayo ng virtual orientation on shipbuilding. Kasama po natin ang Department of Transportation tsaka yung Royal Danish Embassy. At marami po. And then sa May 13 to 15, magkakaroon po ng nationwide inspection of government agencies, including kasama po ang mga local government units. At dito po i-highlight ng ating gobyerno yung mga frontline services para maramdaman ng taong bayan yung mga kagandahan ng serbisyo na ginagawa ng ating administrasyon. Maigpit po ang direktiba ng ating mahal na Pangulo for all government processes to be streamlined and digitalized. Ito po napatunayan natin na ito po ang pinaka-epektibong paraan para labanan ang red tape at corruption in the process. Marami na po tayong data that will show this. For example po, yung electronic business one-stop shop that we are really pushing na lahat ng local government units must be compliant with. In fact, out of 1,642 local government units, we have already recognized 115 local government units. Doon po sa hindi pa naging compliant, 1,402 po nito ay partially automated o 1,203. Meron pong 431 LGUs na pinadala natin ng notices to explain para i-explain nila kung bakit hanggang ngayon hindi sila tumutupad sa direktibang ito. Kaya expect po within the week or next week, sasampahan po natin ng kaso about 131 local government units. At ito po, of course, yung electronic business one-stop shop, napatunayan po natin dito na yung lahat ng LGUs na mayroong ganon, makakapag-issue po ng business permit in a matter of minutes. 10 minutes po, for instance, in Malabon, tsaka sa Navotas. Valenzuela, 5 minutes lang po makukuha niyo yung business permit. In Metro Manila, all the 17 cities except one, no, hindi pa IBOS compliant. At dito din po sa Executive Order 32 na pinirmahan nating Pangulo in 2023. Sa loob lang po na isang taon na in-implement natin dito, tumaas po yung number of permits na nagawa sa pag-construct ng mga telco, telecommunications tower. Dahil po dito nabawasan yung processing time, no, from 255 to 300 days to just 59 days based on the record by Meralco. At so number of permits issued from 6,117 in 2022, tumaas po ng 62% by 9,856. Dahil po dito, no, yung internet penetration rate sa Pilipinas tumaas, no. Ibig sabihin, mas marami na po ang Pilipinos na merong internet access. Dahil dito, 73.6% or an increase of 68%. Lalo ni pong bumilis ang internet speed, no. For instance, in mobile internet speed, tumaas po from 18.68 Mbps in 2022 to 27.75 Mbps in 2024. Yung fixed internet speed po, talagang very proud tayo dito, tumaas from 46.44 Mbps to 92.19 Mbps or an increase of 98.5%. No? At yung Executive Order 59 na nirelease din po ng ating Pangulo, dahil po dito nagkaroon ng 6 projects completed, big projects completed in 2024 at 13 more expected to be completed this year. At dahil po dito sa mga reforma, gumanda rin po yung ating performance dahil yung ating United Nations Electronic Participation Index ay tumaas by 16 spots, no? At o 31 spots. Doon naman po sa E-Government Development Index, tumaas po ng 16 spots. Complaints handling po, we're very proud of this, no, na yung ating legal department, ang resolution rate po ay napakataas. Out of 25,988 complaints that we received from 20 18 up to the latest March 2025, ang resolution rate po natin is 99.7%. Dahil po dito, lalo pa po natin paigtingin ang pangdinggin ang mga reklamo ng ating taong bayan. This year po, we will be launching the Electronic Complaints Management System. With the use of artificial intelligence, we will be able to receive complaints 24/7. At atin din po mamomonitor ang status po nito. Ito po ay ating ginagawa. Lahat po tayo ay gusto natin sama-sama, no? Dapat po ay patuloy tayo sa pagbigay lang ng mga magandang balita sa ating taong bayan. Pero kung meron pa rin po kayong reklamo, madali po i-ARTA po ninyo. Tumawag kayo 8888 or sa hotline 12782 o kaya mag-email lang po sa ating email complaints@arta.gov.ph. In fact, marami po tayong narinig na testimonials from, in fact, during our kapiyan sa Manila Hotel po, si Sergio Ortiz Luis mismo, President ng Exporters Confederation. Sinabi po niya, at least 3 kaibigan niya, sinabi lang may problema sa isang ahensya, sinabi, i-ARTA namin kayo. Inaksyonan po kagad ito. This was not the first time that I heard of it. No. So yun po ang aking talagang sana ipalam natin sa ating taong bayan, sa ating mga kababayan. Maganda po ang potensyal ng ating bayan. Marami po nag-expect dito ang private sector support po, yung mga businessmen natin, chambers of commerce, even ambassadors, go to us, no? Ano pa ba ang pwede naming maitulong sa inyo? Ganito po kagandang prospect ng ating bayan. In 2028 po, ang ating gusto ay lahat po ng local government units should be compliant with Electronic Business One-Stop Shop because we know that by attracting businesses to come in, that's why we're replacing red tape with red carpet because this is the number one concern amongst the businessmen. Dito po ba sa Pilipinas, ready tayo for business? Kapag napaalam po natin sa buong mundo na ang Pilipinas ay ready for business, dadagsa po ang mga negosyante dito. Dadami po ang negosyo dahil dito we will have more business and livelihood opportunities for our people.
Thank you very much, Secretary Ernesto Perez. We now open the floor to questions. Alvin Baltazar, Radio Pilipinas.
DJ Perez, magandang umaga po. Kanina po nabanggit nyo, sabi nyo meron pang mga LGUs na hindi pa compliant, nasa mga 131. At sabi nyo, sasampahan ng kaso. Anong kaso ang isasampa natin sa kanila, DG?
Una, we serve due process. No? Doon po sa, meron kasi tayong 8 regional field offices. May report po sila sa yung mga LGU sa ating Compliance Monitoring Evaluation Office. Ang una po nating pinuntahan, yung talagang walang IBOS, no? Electronic Business One-Stop Shop. Yung hindi po talaga, wala talaga. Ang pinadala po natin ay notices to explain ay 431 in 2 batches. Una po nating pinadalan 149, no? And then second batch 282. Sumagot naman po, unfortunately hindi lahat sumagot. So out of that 431 LGUs na pinadala natin ng notices to explain, 134 ang hindi nag-respond. Alam nyo ba na as early as the Salonga Law, no, doon sa Code of Ethical Standards for Public Officials and Employees, kapag tayo ay hindi sumagot sa isang question, concern, complaint, within 15 working days from receipt, liable na po sila. Yun po ang ating gagamitin. Hindi lang po dahil required sila ng Ease of Doing Business Law for all local government units to set up and operationalize an electronic business one-stop shop. Sinasabi din po doon ng heads of agencies, the mayors, are responsible for not complying with the Ease of Doing Business Law. At dahil hindi po sila sumagot, yun po ating legal basis. And hindi po kami natatakot, no, na sampahan sila ng demanda because we have a legal basis for it.
So, anong parusa dito, DG?
We leave it to the Office of the Ombudsman po, no, to determine. Kasi siyempre ang ARTA po, ang aming mandato ay mag-imbestiga to conduct investigation. and whatever finding we have, we will refer it to the Office of the Ombudsman. Ang Ombudsman po ang mag-determine kung ano talaga yung dapat. But dahil may violation, merong equivalent penalty.
DG, habol ko na lang po ito. Nabanggit nyo yung kanina sa mga reklamo. Ano ba yung mga pangkaraniwang reklamo na nakakarating sa ARTA?
Ito po, karamihan talaga kasi din po sa Ease of Doing Business Law, lahat po ng government agencies are required to process within standard processing time of 3, 7, 20 working days. Ang karamihan po dito ay yung failure to act within the standard processing time. Out of that number, meron pong 7,692 ang hindi nag-process within the standard processing time. Meron din pong yung failure to issue official receipts, failure to set up a current or updated citizen charter. Pero karamihan din po ay yung mga not within the jurisdiction of the Anti-Red Tape Authority. But ito po nire-refer natin sa kanilang Committee on Anti-Red Tape. Alam niyo po yung Anti-Red Tape Authority, bagong agency, hindi po natin makover nationwide. Kaya tayo po naglabas ng circular requiring all government units and local government units to set up a Committee on Anti-Red Tape. Kaya binabato po natin yung complaint doon sa kanila at sila po muna ang mag-imbestiga nun. Kaya mataas po ang resolution rate dahil at that level, nire-resolve na nila. Pag hindi na-resolve, babalik sila sa ARTA, mag-imbestiga po tayo. Kaya maliit na lang yung percentage na natitira.
Christian Yosores, Radio 630.
Good morning, sir. Ano po ba yung common na rason ng ilang mga LGUs na hindi nakapag-comply sa pag-establish ng Electronic Business One-Stop Shop System kaya hindi po sila makapag-establish?
Well, yung usual po na rason nila ay mahina yung internet connection. Ang sagot naman natin, napabilis po natin to through Executive Order 32. Ang iba lang po talaga wala, no? Sabi nila, walang pera but you have merong data to show na kahit po yung 6th class municipality ay nakapagtayo ng Electronic Business One-Stop Shop. Kaya wala po talagang dahilan dahil as early as 2021, naglabas po tayo ng Joint Memorandum Circular with the DICT, DILG at DTI kung saan nilatag po natin para yung guidelines para mabilis sa kanila ang comply dito sa requirement ng Electronic Business One-Stop Shop.
May itatakta po ba kayong deadline para dun sa ibang pwede pang humabol sa pag-establish po ng EBOS system?
Of course, due process, kung po tayo, partner agencies natin sa kanila. Sila po, kinakapacitate natin sila, kasama po natin ang DICT dito, at bibigyan pa rin natin, ang ating pong timeline ay up to 2028. Uunahin lang po muna natin yung talagang wala talagang even a co-located business one-stop shop. Yung pong merong mga partially automated electronic business one-stop, ihuli na po natin yon. Unahin muna na talagang walang compliance. Kaya dito sa ating gagawin, 134 LGUs will be charged for failure to set up an electronic business one-stop shop.
Sam Medinilla, Business Mirror.
Sir, kailan po tayo magsisimula mag-file ng kaso dun sa 131?
Within the week po, yung aking utos sa legal department, even before the election, kasi hindi po dahilan yun. Kasi this is something that is being directed by the President. Sabi nga niya, wala po exception dito. Kaya po kami malakas ang loob because we have the President on our side. Always telling us, labanan ng red tape. Hindi lang po ito ginagawa ng ating Presidente publicly, even public sa aming meetings po, sa cabinet meeting, pag ako po ay nakaka-attend, palaging sa mind ng ating Presidente na tanggalin natin yung pahirap sa taong bayan. Unnecessary requirements should be removed. Replace red tape with red carpet. Ganun po ka-sincere ang ating mahal na Pangulo. Kaya po kami, all out kami sa suporta dahil po sa direktiba ng Presidente for all government processes to be streamlined and digitalized as the best way to fight red tape and corruption.
Tapos sir, out of dun sa 1,483 LGUs, ilan na po dun yung nakapag-comply sa EBOS?
115 po as of March 31 this year have complied with 77 po this year. We are very positive makakapag-comply except lang po with the issue with the Bureau of Fire Protection. Kaya po tayo in-encourage po natin yung Bureau of Fire Protection na magkaroon ng Memorandum of Agreement with the local government unit. Kasi yun na po yung nantay na these 77 LGUs will be able to comply with if the Bureau of Fire Protection will agree. Sa kanila.
Boss, last na lang po for my part. With the expectation to attract more investments in the Philippines, given the relocation of plants happening due to the tariff imposition by US, how is ARTA preparing the EODB climate in the Philippines?
We see it as an opportunity, no? As a challenge, as an opportunity. Just like the Chinese business. Last week po, bumisita sa atin yung Federation of Filipino-Chinese Investors. Yung founder po ng Happy Toothpaste, sabi niya, we look at it as an opportunity. So therefore, in-expect natin yung businesses to transfer from Vietnam, Cambodia, and coming to us. Kaya po tayo, inahanda na natin yung Pilipinas na magkaroon po ng business-friendly environment. Kaya po, ang theme natin sa Ease of Doing Business Month is Red Tape to Red Carpet, Better Business Movement in a Bagong Pilipinas.
Follow-up lang, sir. How is the ARTA preparing for dun sa pagpasok po nung expected na additional investment? Anong pong preparations natin?
We are working closely with the DTI, no, yung mga Department of Energy, Department of Environment, kasi po may focus nga on, kagaya po last week, nagkaroon tayo ng workshop, sponsored no less by the Asian Development Bank on digital infrastructure, tsaka renewable energy. Ang ARTA po, nagpa-facilitate lang, we coordinate, and we recognize yung lead agency, like for sa digital infrastructure, para mapabilis lalo pa yung internet, and we cover the entire Philippines, we recognize po the DICT as the lead agency. In renewable energy, ang concern po ng mga businessmen, mataas yung energy, electric cost. Para po mapababa ito, in-encourage po natin na to harness our potentials for renewable energy. Kaya po nagkaroon ng workshop mismo sa Asian Development Bank. At by June, we will have a study that will recommend to further expedite the permitting process in order to encourage investors to really come in. And we're really preparing for it.
Thank you, sir.
Clay